Shalom, sisters. Shalom. Koholei Hawabah Shem Hamashiach Bamalaki Awashai. All praise to the Most High for another Sabbath day. Oh my gosh, my skin is itching so bad. Like, I put cortisone. Look at these mosquito bites. Do you see how big this is? Like, they're everywhere. I don't know. But I'm gonna try not to scratch my skin as bad in this video, but oh my goodness. I got an itch. I got a scratch. But I wanted to do this video for sisters because I feel like sisters be giving their mind over the heaviness when it comes to the whole multiple wives situation, and you don't have to do that. One of your least concerns in Israel right now is you should really be focusing on yourself, working out your own salvation, especially if you're not married. Especially if you're not married and you don't have a husband. I mean, I don't know. What's the point of stressing about it? It's not profitable. What's the point of even really talking about it? It's not profitable. You know, I do understand that it's a lot of brothers out here that do get married for, you know, they don't have any kids. Yeah, you know, they don't have kids out of the marriages, and whatever the case may be, brothers might do it out of lust. But then you do have some sincere brothers that do want multiple wives so they can nation build and etc. Things like that. But for the most part, if you're an Israelite woman and you're not married, it's really not much. When you're courting somebody, you know, you ask them, hey, look, do you plan on having multiple wives? He could say no, but then he could change his mind. What if he changes his mind? It's still something that you have to deal with. And I see it go on all the time. Sisters meet brothers and they say no, and the next thing you know, they change their mind for whatever reason. And it's really nothing that you can do about it. Honestly, all you can do is really work out your own salvation and still continue to be that Proverbs 31 woman. Now, not saying that you have to, because the Most High said he suffered a woman not to depart from her husband. You don't have to leave your husband. But say spiritually, you can't deal with it because it's too much for you spiritually. You could go sit down somewhere, go get your mind together, but that's still your husband. You're still bound to your husband until he died, like the law says. So it's not like you can go marry somebody else. Oh, my husband got another wife. I'm about to go be with somebody else. You can't do that. The law says that you can't do that. And having a multiple wife is not a sin. It's not a sin. It's no sin. It's, y'all, oh my gosh. It's not a sin. I'm scratching so bad. Like, it's just so bad. But having a multiple wife is not a sin. Because when Moses wrote the law, when he said, when the Most High gave Moses the laws to write, when he said, look, if a man have two wives, was that a sin? How could that be a sin? If he told Moses, if you have two wives and one is loved and one is hated, when he wrote that, that's not a sin. That's in the law. That's in the Torah. That's in the law. And Paul said, that is the law done away with? God forbid. So it's not a sin to have a multiple wife. And if you think that that's a sin, you got to read. All right, you have to read the scriptures. It has to be precept upon precept, not what you think or emotion upon emotion. It has to be precept upon precept, so you can prove all things. So it's not a sin to have a multiple wife. First and foremost, I just want to say that. It's not a sin for a brother to do that. Was it a sin for Jacob? Was it a sin? Was it a sin for Abraham? Was it a sin for all these men in sin? Was it a sin for David? The Most High is anointed? No, it wasn't a sin. So, you know, you got to read. You got to study yourself. I mean, you got to study to show yourself approved. All right? So, it's not a sin for a man to have a multiple wife. If you are single and you dealing with, you know, oh, what if my husband get a multiple wife? We all dealing with that. We all dealing with the thought, what if our husband, you know, if you and your husband are really on one accord. But I can't say that because, like I said, men can change their minds at any moment. But, yeah, men can change their minds at any moment. But that's something that it should be the least of our worries. We should really worry about how to work out our own salvation, how to really please the Most High, be a servant of the Most High, and just continue striving for perfection, trying to be that Proverbs 31 woman. The Most High will never give us anything that he can't handle, that we can't handle. So if it comes down to that and you're in that situation, you're going to have to pray on it, fast on it. You know, like I said, some brothers do it out of being wicked or out of being lustful then they got to deal with the woman, then they got to deal with all the extra stuff. And you know, the Most High he is going to reward us according to our work. So if a brother does that, not, you know, take his sister after lust, if he does that, then he's going to have to deal with the consequences of that. If the sister isn't righteous, or if the sister isn't in the truth, he's going to have to deal with that. All you got to do is continue to focus on yourself, focus on your salvation, work out your salvation. But it's no point in giving your mind over the heaviness about it, or, you know, constantly always, you know, dwelling on it. Like, it's no point in doing that. It's not profitable. It's not profitable. What's profitable is keeping the commandments, striving to be Proverbs 31 woman. It's not profitable to give your mind over the heaviness, especially, you know, if it's another man's household. If you see it going on, don't be a busybody in other men's matters. First and foremost, that's what's really wrong. People be looking at what other people doing, what another man doing with his household. Don't worry about what he doing with his household. Worry about working out your own salvation. Worry about how you gonna be found blameless when how about Shimmy Hawashai come back. Worry about how you gotta raise your children up righteously. Don't worry about what another man doing in his household. All right, you can't be a busybody. I'm over here, y'all, scratching and itching and oh. Woo! And it's crazy because I got some cortisone. It's crazy because I got some cortisone. It's so hot in here. I just had to turn the AC on. I bought some cortisone last night, and I'm still itching. I just put it on, and it's not working. So if y'all got any natural remedies, I didn't look it up, but drop it below for mosquito bites, because I'm getting tore up out here. So I'm serious, but maybe I should use bug spray. I didn't buy any yet. It's too late. Because it's the Sabbath, so I'm going to have to wait till the sun go down. But anyway, sisters, just continue to strive for perfection. You know, don't be telling people that having a multiple wives is a sin, because now you're saying that Moses was going off when he wrote that if a man have 2 wives. Now you're saying that all of our forefathers was in sin because they had multiple wives. Our nation came from multiple wives. So first and foremost, let's just clear that out. And if you think that it's a sin, you got to prove all things, and I need you to leave a comment below so I can cut you up through the scriptures because you're wrong. Anyway, so then let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is, don't worry about it. Don't be a busybody in other men's matters, okay? You don't have to, don't worry about what other people doing. Don't worry about, oh, he got another wife. Oh, he got, dang, she a sister wife. Hey, it is what it is. The most I put in the spirit on that brother that have a multiple wife, hey, then let it be. You don't know what goes on in their household. That's their household. That's what they got to deal with. You don't got to deal with it. Move on. You know what I'm saying? What else? If your husband's thinking about having a multiple wife, hey, ask him, can I meet the sister? Your husband should want you to meet the sister. Y'all are sister wives, not estranged. Like, y'all aren't supposed to be estranged. Y'all are sister wives. So y'all are supposed to have some type of, relationship. You know what I mean? To figure out how y'all are going to help your husband. So y'all are a team. So you know it's not done in righteousness if the husband don't want you to meet the other wife. Like, what? That sounds pretty stupid. Y'all are sister wives, so y'all are supposed to be a team to help your husband and help your household. Okay? So that's one thing that you do. You ask, you know, can I meet her? And some brothers may try to get a wife because even if she's not in the truth. Why? Some brothers do that. Maybe they think they could bring the sister in the truth, or they do it off of lust. Whatever the reason may be, a brother he can do that too. So if he lay down with a woman and she not in the truth, all you gotta do, hey, is pray. Just pray that the Most High put the spirit on that sister to wake up to the truth. Pray that the Most High put the spirit on that sister for y'all to have a good relationship, so that y'all can build spiritually to help build your husband up and help build your family up in the last days. I just want to do this quick video because I know it's going on in Israel, and you know, would I want to have a multiple wife? No, I wouldn't. I don't want to do that. I don't. I'm like kind of, what is it, introvert? Rather, like, honestly, I am. Like, I don't like being around a lot of people. Isn't that what an introvert is? Hold on, let me look that up real quick because I don't want to be wrong. So you gotta prove all things because I can't just be saying anything. Okay. shy. It says an introvert is often thought of as a quiet, reserved, and thoughtful individual. Okay, but the only thing is that I'm not shy, but I just like to stick to myself, stick to my family, and that's it. It's not hard for me to build new relationships with people. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to be bothered. So I feel like I just don't want to be bothered with it. I feel like I'm content with the family that I have and stuff like that. Now, if my husband changes his mind, we're gonna be in here fighting. It's like, no. If my husband changes his mind, would I be okay with that? Honestly, no, I wouldn't. I'm just keeping it real. I wouldn't be okay with it, but at the end of the day, what could I do? What could I do about it? Like I said, I could either separate and then come back and say, okay, I'm okay with it, or, separate and just never get married again. But, that's just something that sisters have to think about, but not give your mind over to heaviness. You don't want to, you just pray that you pretty much just have to pray that the Most High continue to bless your family, look over your family, protect your family from the hand of all those that hate y'all and from evil spirits and all, manner of wickedness, because a lot of the times, Israel, we don't pray for those things, and then we bring people into our lives, and them people be wicked and etc. And that can be the case sometimes when a man is thinking lustfully with a sister, and then they bring in a sister that's in the world, and all hell done broke loose. She not keeping the commandments. Your husband stressing out because she not keeping the commandments, and you want to do read with her, but she don't want to read, or whatever the case may be. Like, that's why you really gotta ask, if your husband's thinking about that, you should always ask your husband, let's fast on it, let's pray on it, because you don't know what type of spirits you can bring into your union. So I would just really just fast on it, pray on it if you are dealing with that, and ask your husband if y'all can fast together, pray together. Y'all really have to be strong in the spirit before going that far into having another woman, another person, because that person can come with children, and it's a lot of responsibility behind it. And a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people just think, oh, she gonna take care of, like, a lot of people like, oh, she gonna take care of herself, and no, y'all are a family, so y'all will be a family, so everybody has to be taken care of. The man has to be a provider for both women. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot. And then you also have to tell your husband too, like, look, you don't have to, like, don't be like a nigga woman to be like, well, can you really afford it? No, be like, look, you worse than an infidel if you can't provide for both me and his wife, and I don't want you to be that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, it's not just, it's so much that goes into a multiple wife situation, because the brother has to literally be able to afford that wife. What if that wife, gets her? What if a brother get married? Because I see this sometimes. Brothers will try to get married to women to get financial gain out of both of the women. The woman could take care of the household, when the man is supposed to be taking care of the household. Proverbs 31 woman, yeah, you bring money in, but the man is supposed to be the sole provider. The man is the head. The man makes sure everybody's good. Not the woman makes sure the man is good and her sister wife is good. No, you want to get in a situation where you're going to be taken care of if you get hurt on your job or etc. Like, say for instance, a man married somebody that's a nurse. One sister's a nurse, one sister's an accountant. All right, the nurse, she bringing in a good amount of money, but she get hurt on the job, so she can't work no more. Or she get hurt in general, she can't work no more at all. Now she was bringing in the majority of the income, and the husband's not working, so now he can't provide for that wife. Now that husband will be worse than an infidel. So don't get into a situation with a man that don't have, not saying that all men, we all go through periods of time where we don't have any money, but you can see the qualities of a man, if a man is a worker or not. If a man goes out and provides for his family, you should see that from jump. Don't be just going to go fly down and lay with a man that don't got no job, that don't got no house, that don't got nothing. Don't be laying down with anybody. All right? You got to think about it. What can this man be a provider? Is this man going to be worse than an infidel? If something happens to me, he can't provide for me. You know what I'm saying? A good name is above all gold, right? So you make sure you get with a man that has a good name. That's not just out here, just scheming and looking for multiple wives because they don't want to work no more. Because you're gonna have that. Not all of Israel is Israel. Some Israelites try to take advantage of you because you got a job or they see you making money and they want to try to get on a boat with you. No. Before you get married, you got to really prove these men. Prove a friend. It takes a while to prove somebody. I'm still proving sisters that I'm with. I'm still proving people every single day. You got to prove people before you actually build a really good relationship with them. Before you open, you really have to prove somebody. Prove them, get to know them, get inside their mind. Get to know what this person is like. Look at their actions. See how they move, see how they carry themselves. Don't just go rush to lay down with a man and then all of a sudden you in a shitty situation and you being a multiple wife and you taking care of another man and his kids or whatever the case may be. No, you got to move using wisdom. And that's one of the things that sisters lack in this truth is moving using wisdom. You literally have sisters that would literally leave their kids, go marry somebody else, to then it's like, what is going on? Israel not moving with wisdom. Move with wisdom. And that's how the Most High don't bless you right there, because people just be moving. No, that's not how it goes. You got to use wisdom. Ask the Most High to guide your steps righteous. And with that being said, that's all I got to say. Just don't be rushing into anything. When somebody tells you not to rush into something, telling you that because they love you. Because they seen it happen before. They seen people rush before. Don't rush and get married to somebody because, you want a husband. Don't do that. Don't do it. Even though some of y'all are going to do it anyway because y'all just going to do what y'all want to do. Because Israel real stiff-necked. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take your time. Because you don't know what type of situation you can end up with when you're with a man. Like I said, you could be taking care of another woman and that man. You end up in a whole bunch of crazy situations because you ain't take the time to prove them. So, what else? Yeah, you gotta prove that man. And if a man is married and he looking to be a second wife, prove the sister too. Prove, you gotta prove everybody. All right, y'all, that's pretty much it. I gotta go find some. I think I got some lemongrass or something. I don't know. I'm about to try to figure out what I can do to stop itching like this. 'Cause I can't live my life like this. So, Shalom. Love y'all. Stay strong in the spirit.